Hi, Mike Kennedy with you. We're continuing on with our little series, MREs. I've got a little pack here with, thanks to Rick, we have a number of new items in here. You know, one of the things I'm noticing, the ones I'm making, is you're still hungry sometimes after you eat them. Now, my understanding from what I've read and a little research I've done, there's two components to feeling more satisfied when you eat. Number one is the bulk. It actually takes up space in your stomach. But number two is also the amount of time you chew. I read that if you're not chewing for 20 minutes, if your meal isn't lasting 20 minutes and you're not chewing that entire time, it doesn't signal to the body that you've received enough food. It also does something different with the acid in your mouth with the teeth too as well. But so the idea here is, you can imagine, again, our cravings for food and different things go back to the period when, we're hunter-gatherers, and we had to chew food a lot. I mean, obviously, we co-evolved kind of with fire and make the food easier to chew and things like that, but still this idea that there should be a certain amount of time during a meal spent during chewing the food. And that still remains with us, whether we want to have it or not. It's true, too, that, in America now, we've shifted a lot of importance away from meals. And this book that I read, this Catching Fire book, had the history of fire. Catching Fire, How Cooking Made Us Human. One section goes into a lot about how important meals were. And you still see this in a lot of cultures that haven't been, decimated by everything modern. And you see that mealtime as a time when the family gathers, and there's an exchange of things that's happening there. There's a dynamic, which today we've kind of lost. One person might be watching TV, or they're sitting at the table with their devices, so they're watching different programs or texting different people. But the idea of an actual meal that is centered around an interaction of the family is kind of gone. But so anyway, I think that we're going to look at including fiber bars with this to give a greater feeling of being full. So let's see what we've got here, especially the new items. So for new items that we haven't had before, we've got banana fruit crisps, 70 calories, a gram of protein. Now these are freeze-dried, and I believe the only ingredient in these is bananas. There's nothing else. It's funny, right off I can tell that these haven't had a bunch of sugar added, which is when you usually buy bananas, or they're in some kind of trail mix. They'll have been, I think they've been sugar added somehow, and then they've been dried, not freeze-dried. But you can see as this freeze-dried, it's extremely easy to break. Oh, that's good. 70 calories. The serving would be the bag size. Again, we've got something interesting here. Breakfast mini bites. Again, here's a little pack, so it's geared towards 100 calories, so we're up to about 200 calories. 1.5 grams of protein. So let's try a couple of these too. This is blueberry flavor. And they're shaped like little paws. a little dry. We're using a soda today instead of adding a drink of water or milk. So this has some fiber in it. It's got 100 calories, 1.5 of protein. They're making a point on saying about it. It has 7 grams of whole wheat per serving. But that doesn't equate directly to fiber. Oh, here it is, fiber, 1.5 grams, so that's something. Very good. Here we've got Trail's Best Snack to Go. So they have a number of different flavors, and there's 3 components to it. Here we've got 270 calories. We got some sodium, 22%. Fiber, we've got 2 grams, so I guess we're up to 3.5 grams of fiber. Protein, 11 grams. I'll have these. Rick sent these to, and there's some that have a meat component instead of a cheese component. This has got cheese, sunflower seeds, and snack sticks. Snack sticks are kind of... Well, we'll check these out. Oh. This looks basically like a beef stick. The little beef sticks you buy. And it tastes just like them. So these snack sticks are actually meat-based. So, and we've got hulled sunflower seeds. I like sunflower seeds. Yeah, these are good. And we've got a cheddar cheese. I like that. This is a good combination. Here's one of the Oreo cookie packs. In this we've got 100 calories, 110. 2 cookies. Let's see if I can find less than a gram of protein. Funny if they say less than a gram rather than telling you how much. And 2 I've thrown in here, which I've tested before, I think. Well, no, this is I tested a brand name. These are, well, they obviously have a brand on them, but we're at the Dollar Tree. So let's try one of these too. They kind of look very similar to the ones that I tried that were more of a brand name. You can see on the back, we can see some blueberry in there, although it's only in one spot. So here we have 2 grams of protein. We've got 115 calories. It's got a very small amount of some vitamins in it. So these are good. I mean, again, some of this food, these are quite dry. The chips and the little paws, which are basically the same sort of thing as this, are kind of dry too. You know, the advantage of that is the dry food is going to stay really good for a long time. This one's in date for a year and a couple months. Well, this is made in India. These breakfast mini bites. I don't see a date on those. They might have been on, these were in a box. They might have been on the outside of the box. These biscuit things. I don't see a date on them. Oh, here it is, yeah. Ooh, these are 8/31/2020. So these are going to be run out fairly quickly. Again, when you're looking at food like this, you want to look at things that are long term. I would assume, though, that these dried things are going to last quite a bit longer than what their dates are. And there's a difference between an expiration date and a best used by date. These are best used by dates, so the products are good for longer. So there we go. See if I can stretch this chewing out for 20 minutes and tell me what you think. Bye.